right, YouTube, it is Sunday. Now, I've missed a few days, and I apologize for that. I had some things come up I just couldn't avoid. And so I will be moving on with skill drills and all that kind of stuff. In the meantime, today is Sunday, and I want to start a new feature, and the new feature is Straight Pool Sunday. So let me start by explaining the rules of straight pool to you. Just the basic ones, and then I'll talk about how I'm going to do it as a means to understand how I'm doing and where I'm at in my game. Okay, so to start with, straight pool is a called shot game. You use 15 balls, all 15 balls. You call your shots, and when you get down to one ball left on the table, plus the cue ball, you re-rack the other 14, leaving an opening on the spot. There's an opening at the top of the rack, and then you use the remaining ball to break. So it's also known as 14-1 continuous, because it doesn't stop at the end of the rack. You rack the balls back up and you keep going. So for example, here, these are the last two balls on the table. I shoot in the 4 on the called shot in the side, and then I rack. I'll do this quickly. Then the balls get racked back up. That 4 ball I shot in. And you use the balls. From there, you keep shooting. And so now I would shoot again and make the 7 and hopefully break the rack up and keep shooting. So. And now I continue shooting from there. Okay, so 2 special rules we need to be aware of. If the last ball ends up inside the rack, and you remember I have a triangle drawn on my table that shows me where the rack is. This is why. If that last ball ends up in the rack, it goes up on the spot, the cue ball stays where it is, and you shoot from there. The other special rule is that if the cue ball ends up in the rack, then the cue ball goes anywhere behind the line. You can go anywhere behind the line. If they both end up in the rack for some reason, that gets spotted in the center, and the cue ball goes behind the line. Okay, so those are the rules there. If in straight pool, if you scratch or if you foul, then you have to hit a ball and hit the rail. If you scratch or foul, it's 1 point. 3 consecutive fouls is -18. I've seen that as -18, and I've also seen it as -15. Typically games go to 100 or 150 points. Straight pool is a very, very good game to get better at every game. If you're going to practice one game and one game only, this is the one to practice. It has every element of all of the other games except for luck. There's a lot of pattern play that comes into effect. There's, the moving the cue ball consistently and well comes into play, and so does breaking out clusters, especially the big cluster at the beginning of every rack. It's all about control. There is a little small element of luck in sometimes in where you come out after your break shot on a rack. But other than that, I mean, it's almost the perfect pool game. Arguably, snooker could also be considered a very good one. So every ball you make is 1 point. Every ball you pocket legally and call is 1 point. And the way that I'm going to do this for practicing is I'm going to start with a break shot, and I really like using a break shot under the table. under the rack. There are several well-known break shots, and one of them, you have the last ball down here under the rack and the cue ball at an angle so that it will drive into the rack. I really like this break. It opens the balls up nicely, and if you do it right, you end up with a cue ball with a great shot. I love this break shot. So I'm going to do this now. While I'm warming up, I'll play 4 or 5 warm-up racks. And in the warm-up racks, if I miss a shot, I will leave it on the table. I'll keep shooting. I'm not allowed to shoot the ball that I just missed unless there's no other choice. I don't have to take my break ball if there's 2 balls left on the table and I miss my key ball, which is the ball before the break. If I miss that, I'll just reshoot it. Then once I've moved into my segment where I'm actually testing myself, I will, if I miss the initial break shot, I will re-rack and reshoot it. I will leave the missed break shots in the video so you can see that I missed the break shot, and so that I know I missed the break shot, but I will re-rack and start over. Now, if I miss the break shot after the first rack, that just ends the run. And so what I'll do is I'll do 2 runs per record to see what my run is. Now I have a high run, and this is 20 years ago. It was before I moved to Atlanta, it was before 2003. I was playing against Pat Howie down at CM's place in Seminole, and I got a 139 ball run on it. That is my personal best run ever in this game. Hopefully I beat it along the way here, you can see too. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and warm up, and then we'll see where it goes. Like I said, I'm going to play 4 or 5 racks here just to kind of get in stroke and get things going, and then we'll shoot the record. And that is not a great start. 6 to the side. Okay, so like I said, if I miss while I'm warming up, I just can't shoot the 6 again because that's the ball that I missed. And by the way, it's common courtesy that if a shot is obvious, you don't have to call it. So there's the, if I missed the shot before, case. All right, I missed it twice. I'm re-racking. That was bad. I overhit a couple of those balls. Got a little lucky there. Seeing these balls skidding, and I don't know why, because I did clean them and get them ready to play. 7. Could not have done that anyways. That's exactly what I want to do. Serious. Seven to 4. 5 balls. So 9 and 5. A total of 14 for 2 racks. Or for 2 runs, I should say. 9, first rack, 5, second rack. All right, so there you have it. First time playing straight pool in a while. Got a 9-ball run and a 5-ball run. 14 balls in 2 racks, or 2 runs. Not great. Definitely want to look for some improvement. Both runs ended on shots that I should have made, but I missed. That's been a recurring theme, trying to get past that. So next week I hope to see some improvement, and we'll see you then. If you like what you saw, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.